Filing is an old-fashioned word. Storing, moving, Dropbox, these are all the new words we're about to discuss. But again, it's that question, Mandy, isn't it, that we need to go up to our leadership team, our superior, the person I'm reporting to, could be two of you, and say, how do we file stuff? Mandy, what do we need to know about filing and what are our options?
I think it's breaking it down to the position, the paperwork, and understanding the systems within the business and the process. Yes, you're right. Go and ask. If you're unsure, always ask a question. We're in an industry where good questions get great results. If we're asking the right questions, we'll get the right reply, which will make our job so much easier and you become more efficient.
I believe, as an owner of a business, in my 20 years of being here at Real Estate Academy, I've noticed those who ask last. And it's a great thing to remember. Don't feel stupid about asking a question. When someone asks me a question, I think, thank you. You want to do it properly. You want to learn around here. It's the opposite of school and we're used to work in retail. This is a professional business. And I want you to ask questions because I want you to learn the answers so you can repeat the performance.
Absolutely. And if you're sitting there not saying a word, you're actually not growing. You're not learning. So remember, this is about you and your personal growth and where you want to go. So ask the question about the filing systems. A lot of offices now are going more paperless. Yes, there's still a place, but they're more paperless than they've ever been. So a lot of filing systems now are digital, whether that's Dropbox or Google Drive, whatever the office is using. It's a matter of scanning, saving. How do they set up their files? Is it an A to Z? What goes where? Ask those questions. And there should be a process, so ask them, do you have a process for this? Is there something I can read so I make sure I do this correctly in the future? But we still have those offices that are still working in filing cabinets and still archive all their files at the end of each month. How do you do that? There's a process for that. So always be asking, how do I do this? And do you have a process written that I can follow? The good thing for you there is if there's no process, you actually have the opportunity to hone your skill and write a process for the future.
And make sure we ask the question, where do I store my stuff? So, for example, when you work at school on your laptop or wherever you are, you quite often just drag and drop it onto your desktop and there's all your stuff. So when they come and do the administration course here at Real Estate Academy and you get documents and emails and attachments, if you stored that all on your desktop and then your computer died or was erased, you've lost everything. So Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, these are disaster recovery cloud folders in the sky that aren't local to your machine. And my advice is you start a folder called @reference, and in that folder you have 26 folders A to Z. So this audio file may be sent to you, and you might put it in A for audio, A for administration, or L for learning, T for training. The choice is yours, but later on you'll know it's in one of those folders. Someone may send you some communications that you need to store for now, and it could be on procedures, and you'll put it in P for procedures. But your own personal way of organising things is an important part so you can grab it and reference it in the future.
And don't be afraid to set this up for yourself and start using a system that works for you. You're going to have people coming at you every which way, whether you're in a small office or a large office, and you need to know where you can get something quickly. It shows you've been listening and learning and you're effective with the jobs that you've been allocated to do.
So when it comes to paperwork, real estate has forms that get filled out. Physical signatures are required. And although the world's moving towards digital, real estate's still one of those industries that require, on a sales document, a witness. So that can't just be all digital. We're still using physical documents. And as mentioned before, Mandy, that could be scanned, it's going to be stored. But ask that question, what is the filing process? How is paperwork stored? How would you like me to handle things coming to me by email? Could you please explain that process?
And there are rental files set up for each property. And in property management, there's usually two files. There's one for the landlord and one for the tenant. So it's understanding where the paperwork belongs and who it pertains to. And remember, these things are confidential as well. So you've got to keep that mindset when you're filing things away. But ask. I think you'll find the theme through this whole audio that we're delivering to you is ask the question, don't be afraid.